Sagittarius, let's see what kind of week you're going to have. Hello to my Sagittarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get into a Sagittarius. Let's see what kind of week you're going to have relationship-wise. Relationship with yourselves, right? Making sure you're at peace, closing out this cycle. Banishing, repelling any negativity within you and around you. Let's get into it. 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 All right. Let's go. Okay. First card out of the deck is the Seven of Wands. Here we have the Five of Swords. Here we also have the Star card. Here we have the Empress in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Temperance in reverse. All right. You got some reverse Seven of Wands here. Yeah. So you're closing out some cycles. Here we have the Five of Swords. Here we also have the Star card. Hope, optimism, and bliss, lie ahead. Yeah. So here we have the Empress card. Looks like there's some energies that really just don't want your wishes fulfilled. That's unfortunate, right? Trying to call you delusional. Here we have the Temperance card. Yeah, so the Temperance card in reverse is like fear of change for something. So like somebody saying you have fear of change for something, right? So this should be interesting. This should be real interesting. Okay. Y'all been having a lot of, well, most of your readings have been very, very positive. Okay. So you got some, excuse me, you got some forces that's trying to work against you. Sagittarius. Well, let's see if we can turn this around. So anyway, hopefully you all have been having a real good weekend. Doing some grounding if you can, right? Not everybody believes in grounding and hugging trees or at least maybe getting some fresh air, but yeah. Yeah, so some energies have been, like I said, somebody is definitely dealing with the dark side of the number 9 when we talk about like the 9 of Cups, in reverse. So Sagittarius. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of a disconnect between you and somebody. There's some kind of a disconnect between you and somebody from like the past and like how they communicate, how you communicate. Like y'all are not on the same sheet of music. And it just definitely wasn't a wish fulfilled. So yeah, so that's over. Here we have the Temperance card in upright. So you got one in reverse and one. Like I said, y'all don't see the same. Like you and somebody, y'all just don't have the same. Whoever it is here, y'all don't see the same things the same way. Here we have the King of Swords here. So Swords is saying you can just sit on your throne. You have clarity of thought, about something. You definitely have clarity of thought about something, but it's definitely not a wish fulfilled for you. Here's the Judgment card. Yeah, and part of it just, if for somebody, you can feel like, you're always being judged. Like something can feel like you're always just constantly being judged and there's no compassion, right? So this is the Ace of Cups. So yeah, you just feel like I don't know, for somebody, it can look like you don't want to feel judged. You're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses. And whatever that looks like for you. So if you're around people who feel like there could be a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in your minor arcana, energies where it just always there's a difference of opinion. It's always a difference of opinion. And we're in that, it always feels like, this is Five of Swords, it could always feel like y'all are never on the same sheet of music. Y'all are whoever this is, y'all are just never on so if it's like a musical partner, there's never harmony in it. If it's business partner, never any harmony. Romantic, never any harmony. Loved ones, just never any harmony. Y'all are just not on the same sheet of music. If they joke a certain way, you could take it the wrong way, or if you joke a certain way, they can take it the wrong way. So 7 is the number for completion. That's what Source is saying. You're not pouring out anything else into something. You have your definition. This is what I'm saying. A cycle has been broken. A cycle hasn't been broken. So you're breaking away from something that for you feels very judgmental. Here's a 7 of Wands again, right? 7 of Wands came out twice, so it's 2 situations in particular. There's always a entity, a spirit in the middle of that. So while there's 2 cards, there's actually 3 entities. So the devil is always in the detail. So the 7 of defending one's position, standing up for oneself, holding one's ground. Basically, like you're always feeling like you have to defend yourself. That if you always feel like you have to defend yourself for every little thing. Source is saying you always feel like you have to defend yourself for everything. So you're done. Like somebody just said, you're just done. There's just no growth in that. It's like it always is cutting your growth and your prosperity. So your abundance and your prosperity. So a lot of whatever it is you're trying to do. So you're moving on to childlike faith. You don't want to be bothered. Yep, like I said before, 9 of Cups. Here's a Justice card here. So yeah, so it's just saying justice and judgment in your favor. Just, you're cutting ties with whomever. It doesn't matter. The Magician card. Always trying to create some kind of confusion. I don't know who it is. Here's the Hangman, right? So, yeah. What it looks like here, Sagittarius, looking at your cards here. This cycle has been, we had a super full moon in Aries, and Aries can be an impulsive sign, right? So it literally looks like some people may have jumped to some conclusions about some things and really just didn't, really jump to some conclusions about some things, right? So that's why the new beginning is for you. This 8. So yeah, here's Ace of Pentacles. So new money is coming across your path of what manifesting something. So you're back in the saddle again. You're moving on. Yeah. Now, here we go. Wishes being fulfilled now. Yep, so you started out with feeling like your wishes weren't being fulfilled. So that's it. You're back in the saddle again. More onto more onto compassionate energies. You're moving on in childlike faith. And Source has approved it. You're not trying to treat anybody like a charity. You're certainly not. Don't want to be treated like a charity. So whoever this is, so like I said, it could be a business partner for somebody that you worked with in the past, and it just fizzled out. Something just is not working out for you and somebody, right? So adjust your crown. Whatever their fairy tale was for you was a nightmare, and whatever your fairy tale was for them would be a nightmare. So it just would not work. Something would not work. Sometimes it happens in business, sometimes it happens in love, sometimes it happens in family situations, but the wiser you become, and the more this is right here when we were in the King and Queen of Pentacles, the more you learn about yourself, and when you're in, and this is the moon in Libra brings out in people. The more you're at peace with your decision, your life that you're creating for yourself, you prayed for, this right here would make sense to somebody. Something would make sense for somebody. Yeah. You're down to earth. You're relatable. Somebody likes to travel. Here we have the 2 of Wands here, right? And so I see more travel. I see more travel in your cards. I see more travel in your cards. So that's the good news, right? And people still talking about you behind your back, but guess what? You're thriving. So people still talking about you behind your back. So, but this is where you got into. You got into a level of meekness where you don't have to be in survival mode. You don't have to be in this mode of returning insult with insult at all. You don't. You have learned how to heal your spirit matter. So if people are jumping to conclusions, assuming the worst about something, and they don't really know, or whatever the case may be, that's what you're dealing with energies who, instead of them praying for you first, They would rather prey on you, question your mental stability. That's what this is right here. They would rather gather stuff, or you said this and I heard that, all of this, whatever. So that's not your wishes being fulfilled. So yeah. So yeah, like I said before, initially something was not a wish fulfilled for you initially, but yeah, you're moving on. Something you're moving on and having all your wishes fulfilled, moving on. So new wishes fulfilled. Here we have the Page of Wands here. So Source is cooking up something nice for you. Even though you have some shady energies who are still being shady, and they're determined to be shady towards you, you're just going to have to let something backfire. That's all. That's all I can say. You're just going to have to let something backfire. You're just going to have to, because they're determined. And, you know, here's the Chariot card. Yeah, they're determined. So you're just going to take the high road. And actually, you're going to be rewarded for taking the high road. You're going to feel very fortunate to have taken the high road. You're not giving it any air. Fire can't breathe without air. It can't exist without air. Here's a Star card. Yeah. They have their own star to follow. Whoever they are, they have their own star to follow. Yep, they have their own star to follow. You're not giving it any air whatsoever. Definitely is not a wish that you would have want fulfilled for somebody, but some people are with people who have jumped to some conclusions about you, and you have the whole world in front of you that you are inspiring and motivating. Yeah, you're inspiring and motivating a whole lot of people. So you don't even need to ask the motive, because I just gave you the answer. Somebody is with some energies who see you as competition, and they are convinced to, you know, extinguish your flame. They are convinced. So, Source is saying that you'll have a breakthrough, but you don't give it any air. So, you don't give it any air whatsoever. So, there's a seven of coins. So, like I said, new seeds are being planted. And here's a Death card. All right. So, something is over. Something is over. You're on the rebirth side. And see a lot of flying going on. Source is actually fast tracking whatever you've been praying for. So you're not giving any air. So no bait and switch. You know, let people piece things together. Let them figure out whatever it is you're doing. Let them piece it together like they put together a patchwork or whatever. Here we have the Four of Cups. Because you're not going to give any air to whatever it is that people are trying to patch together. You're not giving any air. You're letting them patch stuff together. But Source is going to fast track whatever it is that you've been working on, right? And get you to wherever you're trying to get to. But they have lost all, whoever it is, I don't know who these energies are, they've lost all access to you. So whatever it is that they're trying to embarrass or hurt you or whatever the case may be, don't give it any energy. None. No energy whatsoever. All right. We got to close this out. Close it out. Close it out, close it out, close it out. Yeah, so Source is fast tracking something. But anyway, new love awaits for somebody. You're protected by angels. And so they're a Drew. That's a kind of malevolent, nocturnal spirit associated with nightmares. So whoever these energies are, they're associated with trying to give people nightmares. So... but something is over. Something is over. So like I said, you have a guardian angel watching over you. And you're going to feel very lucky, very fortunate to have someone who is watching over you. And so time to ground yourselves. Your peace is paramount. Keep protecting it. First red flag, pray and meditate, but don't cast your pearls before swine. And yeah, you're dealing with this succubus energy. That's a female sex demon. But pour into yourselves more. And the messenger of God is with you, but just leave them behind. You have a whole new attitude. It's time to open your vault, but they're in a crisis. So it's time to heal your wounded self, right? So they're planning to disrupt your money, backfires. You versus you. It's not you versus anybody else, but it's you versus you. Like somebody, like I said, somebody has seen you as competition from day one. in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Misery loves company, so I don't know who this is, but you're not giving it any air. None whatsoever. No air. It's all becoming clear. Your ancestors are proud of you, but you're dealing with some kind of, the root of something is some kind of toxic masculine energy, but closing out cycles in love. But step through your portal, you deserve the best. You have the gift of premonition, that's forewarning, and so take your time to decide, but it's time to expand your brand. Do the mirror work. So your well of joy is within you. Well of joy is within you. That's right. So this could be a good friend that somebody had. You know, a good friend. Could be somebody's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Could be somebody's good friend. Or somebody's trying to patch some things together, trying to put some stuff together. But if you all figure out who it is, no more communication with them. Just end all communication. End all communication. You break the spell. That's what the death card is. Break the spell. Break the spell. No communication whatsoever. So here, connect with fire. Toss it into a burning bowl. Connect with fire. In other words, let them think whatever. Let it have a backdraft. Let it have a backdraft. Productivity. I focus on projects aligned with my long-term goals. I move away from disturbances. That's what this is. I walk towards focus. I summon my attention to all that is crucial to my success. I take breaks to avoid burnout. I'm grateful for my work. I release tension. I allow my mind to move into a state of flow. That's it. That's right, into a state of flow. All right, let's see what your number is, and let's close it out. Yep, into a state of flow. Yep, into a state of flow. 31, I am disciplined. So your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. Yep, there you go. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me, Sagittarius. So whoever it is, it could have been an old friend of yours, you know, who has some vendetta. They're obsessed. They're obsessed. They're trying to expose or embarrass you in some way, but they have their own star to follow. Whoever they are, they have their own star to follow. You know, they have a very familiar spirit, which is sometimes the worst kind. They try to warm up to people real fast, but they saw you as competition from the very beginning. And that's unfortunate for them, you know, but you're going to have to cut ties with those types of spirit. Once you start to see they saw you as competition, you know, and you go back in your mind, you'll start to remember certain conversations that you have that let you know, just how powerful you've always been. So take your power back. There's number 7. That's your awakening. Just how powerful you are. For anybody to see you as competition, you've already won. Once you know your power, they see you as competition. You don't see them. You never saw them as competition. Matter of fact, you would root for them. Like, you saw them winning, you like, oh, wow. Happy, clapping and cheering for them. Anybody that befriends somebody and you have this secret envy, vendetta, anger, frustration towards, I got to get close to the enemy. You know, what is it? Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. You don't need to keep your enemies close. Why would you do that? That's a waste of time. Keep your enemies close. For what? So you're letting go. Letting go. I release what I cannot control. I let go of doubt. I will not allow fear to stop me. I say goodbye to all that blocks my growth. I'm weightless, free from burdens. I'm shifting my perspective. I'm free from regret, failures, and helpful feedback. Yeah. Somebody, I feel like somebody maybe tried to, maybe, have a genuine friendship. I feel like, I don't know, I'm talking to maybe a celebrity, singers or artists in some way, shape, form. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe somebody could be, but you're just not motivated. In other words, you're not motivated. You're not motivated by that. So that's what you're letting go of. Anybody that they're connected to that have that same spirit, you won't have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with that energy. So that is what I have for you. So it's not a wish fulfilled at all. It's just not. You don't want to have anything to do with them. So that is what I have for you. Like I said, your wishes are being fulfilled moving forward now that you have this new situation coming across your path. And, So, yeah, that's what I have for you. So, let whoever patch whatever together, try to figure it out on their own, but they won't talk to you. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.